Welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, the podcast for new and aspiring indie authors.
We're your hosts, Rachel and Rob, here to help guide you on your writing journey.
Join us each episode as we share tips, insights and practical advice to help you take the next steps towards becoming a successful indie author.
Whether you're working on your first book, navigating self-publishing, or looking to connect with fellow indie authors, this is the place for you.
So grab your notebook, settle in, and let's hit the road to your publishing dreams.
Because right in the end is just the beginning.
Welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, and this is episode 30, and today we're talking about conferences, and I'm not allowed to give you the date because it'll give away when we're recording, and I am the amazing, brilliant, fantastic, awesome Rachel, and you are...
And I'm the reluctant writer, Rob. Radcliffe, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's your week been, Rachel?
It's been great. Busy, but great. I worked out that already this month I've written 49,000 words.
49,000 words?
Yeah.
This week?
No, in this month.
Oh, yeah.
I can't give you the date of what it is because you'll overdub me again.
Well, we don't actually know what date this one's going to go out, do we?
Halfway through the month, I hit 49,000.
That's amazing. That is amazing, and that is why you are the productive writer.
Yeah, I didn't realise I'd written that much until I'd added it up, to be honest.
You're not really the productive publisher.
No, I'm not a publisher, but I mean, if you ask how many books that's been on...
Yeah. How many books has that been on?
Probably about 5.
5 books.
Like 10.
That's the thing, because as a writer, I mean, I really admire these writers who just stick to one story from the start. But when you get to that, for me, it's about 20, 30,000 words in. I'm like, and that's when I start kind of like go to something else that's interesting me. Yeah,
I've nearly finished one, if that counts, and I should have that finished this week. So,
right, and what's that?
That's my non-fiction one that I was chatting to you about this morning.
What's that about, Rachel?
Part of our topic, which is on it's a guide to going to indie author conferences.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a bit about that.
Yeah.
Why don't you just read your guide out?
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just kick back and you just read your guide out. Do you need a forward doing, or have you got someone really important?
You can do a forward. I was going to ask people if they wanted to pop anything in, but yeah, you can do a forward for me.
I do forward,
Yeah.
I try not to be too controversial.
You're just going to put, don't get too pissed.
Yeah. Don't get too pissed. A little pissed is fine. Merry.
Too
jolly.
Yeah. It was Adam's fault I got too pissed in Ireland. Because, you know, when you're drinking, there's levels of drinking, isn't there? There's levels of drunkenness. There's like tipsy, there's drunk. There's like, I'm really drunk, and there's like, oh my God, I'm going to puke levels. Yeah. And I like to go to that tipsy drunk point. And when I get to that point, I stop drinking. And so Adam asked me in Ireland if I wanted another drink, and I'm like, I'll just have a half, because I'm like, I know if I have more than half, I'm crossing that level. He comes back, he renews, and then we drink pints.
When you say half, you mean half bottle of wine, yeah?
No, half a beer. Bearing in mind, I'd had loads of drink, but so he comes back, he's like, no, you're a northerner, we drink properly. And of course, because you stood there gassing, you just drink it anyway, which I did, and I got to very drunk.
Yeah, but also it's like you're excited, aren't you, because you're with your people, and so you're just going to be like chugging it. You're not even going to realise it's going. This is the reason I get so pissed, but I'm going to try and behave myself because I'm coming to London. Woo! Yeah. Speaking of Adam, last week or the week before last, or whenever this one goes out, it was just lovely to chat to him again. You know, it's been a while since we've actually done sort of a face-to-face and not just through text. And I thought, I want to talk to more authors.
Yeah.
You know, and you saying it was great in Ireland and stuff, and I should have really gone then. But so
it really surprised me actually, because when I went to Ireland, it was March, so we'd only been going 3 months.
Yeah.
And I had people coming up to me, I really listened to your podcast, it's really great. And it was such a great feeling, and it'd be nice for you to get that as well, because you've not had that.
I want that, I want my ego stroked.
Exactly. It wasn't even just that, it was just nice to know that there's people listening.
Yeah, because I imagine if someone comes up to me, I'm going to go, oh, so you're the one, you know? Yeah, it'll be great. And it's a great icebreaker as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure because like some of the authors that have contacted me to like from the show, they've listened to the show and that, and then I literally get online with them. They the shots that it's me, they think that we've got a team in the background that
Yeah.
deals with that kind of thing, but it's really not. It's just me and you, me and you plugging in every week and
Yeah.
chatting shit, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have Tony, your husband, in the background shouting at me for not uploading the video version so you can get on YouTube. But
Yeah.
it is just literally us three, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I had my first person message me the other day who's a listener. I can't remember what they were asking me now, but they did ask me a question, and I was
yeah,
like, it was just nice to be able to help because that's what we do this for, isn't it?
yeah. Of course, that is the reason we are here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just checking my phone because that woman, she's about to. She's on book 4, my Ladlet series, and I mentioned it in the review episode that someone stopped at a
Yeah.
certain point because they couldn't read anymore, and I'm like, if you just read
Press
three
the-
chapters on, the twist would have been revealed itself, and you'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, this is brilliant, and it's a happily ever after. She's up to that bit, and she just messaged me saying, how can you do this to Stu? Again, oh, all he's been through. I love that sort of reader,
Ooh.
that's that invested.
Yeah, you're like, keep reading, keep reading.
Yeah, well, that's what I was doing. I was brushing my teeth before going, just keep going,
Yeah.
don't stop now.
Yeah.
There'll be tears, but there'll be happy tears. And she's like, I'm already crying. Yes, done my job once again. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
mind you, I did that with an author. I was reading a series of books, and I think it was like a 6 book series, and I was on book 4, and she killed off the main male lead, who
Right.
it was like a love triangle, but you know there's always one you're rooting for that she's
Yeah.
like meant to be with, and she killed him, and I was like, oh my God. But there was chapters left of the book, and I'm like, if he's not back by the end of this book, I will not be picking up book 5. And he did. It was a paranormal story, so he
Oh, I
came
remember you saying, yeah,
he
yeah.
came back from the dead. I'm like, that's okay, but it's also good that they get you're that attached that you're like, I will not read your book, if, you know.
They become real people, don't they? They
Yeah,
are real people, yeah.
yeah,
Which is the joys of creating that kind of thing. And also being a reader, I'm reading, I've wanted to read it's time travel, Adrian Cousins for years.
yeah,
And because obviously I do time traveling, but his is like time travel and Ladlet. So I've known him for years through my through sort of the Ladlet stuff, and but it's brilliant. And I haven't read any. I read one of his standalone books, and but I've jumped into his series, and yeah, it's brilliant. This character is now real to me,
yeah.
and it's fun. Hopefully, I'll see him in London because I can go. I'm reading your book at the moment. You know.
I don't know if that sounds cheesy to people now. As an author, when you go, I'm reading your book.
No, well, you love it, don't you?
Yeah,
If
I do.
people's
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that ever changes.
No,
Even Stephen King, I'm sure he loves the fact that people are reading his book. Because stay humble, man.
yeah.
I imagine even Stephen King seems quite humble.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. So why go to an author conference?
To get drunk and learn things.
To get drunk and learn things in that order?
Yeah.
What would you suggest? Because I mean, I see it on this time of year, on the SPF group for London. People are messaging saying, I'm going, but I don't know anyone." And so I mean, when I went to I went to the first London one, and I didn't know anyone.
No.
And fortunately, I'm a smoker, so all of a sudden you're in a group, so
Yeah.
you're outside and you get chatting because you're the horrible, stinky smoker people anyway, and so you just got chatting anyway. But I guess it could be quite scary for some
I think
people. I mean,
I think though, because we're all in that same situation, that if you just stand there by yourself, but look, not like huddles, don't speak to me, but kind of like watch the crowd. Someone will come and speak to you if you're too shy
yeah,
to make the instructions. I remember when I was in Vegas. Vegas was my second conference I've ever been to,
yeah,
and that one's a really overwhelming one because you've got 1,500 authors there, and there's like 6 talks going on at the same time. Plus, if you've travelled, you jet lag. So, and there was on the first day there was it was supposed to be the beginner authors drink session, but it was pretty much every author was there. It was because it was the only one that was on, so we all went.
yeah,
Um, And I never stood by myself for probably longer than 10 seconds before someone came up and went, "Hi, how are you?" Or "Come and join us," or this, that, and the other. So
What was your first conference you went to, or first author?
SPS, SPS, the SPS one. I went to the one. I think it was 2022. Did you go? Was 2021 the first one?
Just before COVID.
Oh, just before COVID. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
must have gone.
It
Just
was in March, at the beginning of March, and then I think it was the 23rd of March. The
yeah,
world shut down.
yeah.
Uh,
I went
yeah,
2022, but people still had masks on and stuff then.
right.
Um. So yeah, that was my first one. But I didn't really talk to anybody there apart from if you happened to be sat next to me.
Yeah,
And but we had drinks in the evening because it was the party, but I just kind of like stood around, but people just pulled me into their conversations.
yeah,
I don't think you get left on your own very long.
yeah. When I first went to the first one, it was yeah, it was just before COVID. There were like whispers of it and all this. I think James actually made a joke of it. I think he came out in a gas mask, you know, when introducing it. Was it a 1 day one? Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a 1 day full day
Oh,
thing.
in his Cold War gear.
Hey.
It was in his Cold War gear because he writes
Yeah,
Cold
yeah,
War
he came out and
thrillers.
all that with the gas mask on, and you know took the piss out of the fact that we're all going to die and stuff of this new thing, and but yeah, it was good, and that evening there was a boat trip along the Thames and a old style Mississippi riverboat. It was great, you know, and but when I got there, I didn't know anyone, and I was having a fag outside, and then I just get chatting to this German crime writer, and then when I went in, as soon as I went in, there was this guy called Johnny Parker, and I've known him for ages on the groups, you know, and he's wearing a bright red shirt, and you couldn't miss him, and then we, you know, I said, Johnny and Rob Radcliffe. And we were chatting then, and, you know, we went for lunch together, and he was kind of my go-to beacon when we were on the cruise line, and great guy.
Yeah,
Scouser, so, well, Birkin, he didn't class himself as a Scouser. From Birkenhead, and yeah, it was great just having that one person, you know,
yeah.
and I was chatting, and when I was in the line to the cruiser, the guy in front of me turned around and went, "Hey, Rob." I'm like, who are you? And he's a guy called Joe Corley, and I've known
Right.
him again on the groups for years and
Yeah.
years.
That's the thing,
But
though, isn't it? There's loads of people you know them, but you've never met them.
yeah, yeah, and it's yeah, it was, so I was chatting to Joe. I didn't recognise him because his avatar picture or whatever, it must be about 20 years out of date.
Yeah.
It's aged a little bit, but yeah, it was great. And then the second one I went to was the one where I met you in Manchester, which was just a tea thing, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
see, that was my first ever author meetup was that,
Right,
and then I did SPS that same year.
yeah. Yeah, I think it was Adam that said, "Oh, there's this thing in Manchester. Do you fancy going?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah, no problem. It was cheap, and yeah, he was there to greet me when came in late, and I just happened to be sat next to Craig Martell, which was lucky, you know.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
I was
saw
sat
you,
there.
and I
Yeah, I
think
was.
I sort of knew you online and I waved to you, like, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah,
we all got drunk, didn't we?
yeah. We did.
Yeah.
I think me and you were the last two standing.
We were, yeah. Adam was thinking about getting a hotel in Manchester, but then he was being good, and he got the last train, I think.
Yeah,
And then there was just a few other people.
I can't remember the lady's name, and then there was Philip with us as well.
Liam Rivoli,
Maybe.
the
Yeah.
little blonde one.
Yeah.
She does kids stories, children's stories. She
Yeah.
was, everyone sort of sloped off, and you had a hotel in Manchester,
I
and
know.
I
Tell
just
you.
won't say no to another beer, so that's
Yeah,
where it
that
became.
was my first ever author conference, but it was nice because I was sat on the other side of Craig Martell, and
Yeah,
I think he gets how nervous people are, so he was going up to everyone going, "And how's your career? And what do you write?" And so
yeah, he was doing the rounds. Yeah,
yeah, and then because of that, everyone kind of was asking each other the same question.
yeah.
But my
Yeah,
favorite thing from these events is always when people go, they'll read your name and then they'll always say, "And is that your real name?"
yeah,
And I just think it just tickles me that one.
yeah. Is that your real name? Yeah. So London in a week's time of time of recording.
Yeah.
and we're gonna hopefully we're gonna be. I don't know. Should it be like a little bit of a segment in this one where we're live if we can manage to get live? Because what I'd like to do is set up at some point at the in London and just grab people and ask them
Well,
like, why do you come to conferences? And
well,
then that
this one will go out while we're at the conference.
exactly. So if yeah,
So maybe if we do one after when we come back from the conference, what we've learned, and then we'll put a segment in that we recorded at the
it could be
conference.
part two of going to
Yeah. Well,
conferences.
this is pre-conference, then we'll have a post-conference, but as part of that one, we'll have in the conference bit.
Yeah, good plan. Good
We'll get
plan.
Tony to video some shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
You know, like some
Montage.
B-roll and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, come on, speak more now.
Shut it. um, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I've
Is
just
that it? 18,
that's
16
That's
minutes
it.
this
Yeah.
episode.
I've nearly finished a book on conferences, and I have no idea. I've said it all in my book.
What have you said in your book? What have you kind of
So
like?
I've gone about all the different conferences there are, because obviously there's more than SPS in the Vegas conference, and obviously there's Ireland I've been to now, but you've got like Nink,
What's Nink?
not is it Novelists Incorporated? But you have to.
Why are you asking me? You wrote the book on it.
I can't shut up. You have to have sold. I'm pretty sure it's $3,000 worth of sales on a book, on one of your books, or across three books, something like that. That they have a requirement to join them, a money
So they
requirement.
don't want newbies.
Yeah, they don't want the newbies. That one's more for the
But that's
likes of.
quite low, isn't it? $3,000 worth of sales, like kind of a
Yeah,
low barrier.
I think it's within 12 months.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you've got Nink, and that's in Florida, which is where I'd love to go just because it's in Florida and I love Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got that one. There's one in New Orleans, which I keep forgetting the name of, and I've had to look it up every time I've written it. And that I think that's just like a Vegas one. I've not been to it myself. Then there's the Seville one, which used to be $20, but $20 Seville, but it's been taken over, kind of like Vegas was. There was now
Is it
Alternation.
Orphanation Seville now?
No, I don't. I can't remember what the company is. Global something.
Oh, right, okay. It's the same thing,
Uh,
it's just a different name on it.
it's the same thing, yeah. It's just different company. And then you've got loads of little ones. You've got the Romance Writers, the RWA Romance Writers of America. There's romancy ones here.
There's
There's
a
like
thriller one in there, thriller
there's a
in New York.
Thriller Fest, is it called?
Yeah,
Yeah. But there's loads of different ones if you actually look for them. You could literally go to one every month.
yeah.
And yeah, but I've not been through them all myself. I've only done SPS Vegas and Ireland.
And yeah, SPS Vegas, London, Vegas, and Ireland.
Yeah. So
And
London,
Ireland was your favourite
I
so far.
yeah, I mean they're all great, but I think I liked Ireland the best because you were trapped. So you
Yeah,
weren't, yeah, you weren't leaving off to do anything else. Because like in Vegas, you've got five or six different sessions on, so you have to like create yourself like a school timetable.
yeah.
And then there's so many different meetups as well. I don't know what Author Nation's like. I assume it's very similar, but in the Vegas one, it's like a room and it's got loads of doors come off it, and all those doors are different talks. And so
Yeah,
and so when they all finish, you all come into this bit together, but then you all vanish off in prearranged different meetings. Because I went to various ones. There was like a TikTok drink session. Guess who ran that one?
yeah,
Um, there was like a mastermind one that I went to. Yeah, so there was just loads. So wherever like Vegas, you kind of ended up just staying with the same people.
yeah, yeah.
And
Because it's so big. Yeah, I saw that on the Vegas one. Just genres seem to kind of clump together.
yeah, I mean I
I
did.
mean, for me, I mean, I'd want. We're all right. It doesn't matter what we write, you know.
No,
So why are you all going into genres? I guess I prefer to go in ones that I don't write in because it'd be more interesting
well
to.
I did actually. I stood
Yeah.
one night for ages. I probably did his head in chatting to Matt Dinnerman,
Right. Yeah.
who did Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I don't
Yeah.
write in his genre or anything, but he was so interesting to
Exactly.
listen.
Yeah.
And that was as it was taking off. He just had his first big Kickstarter and stuff, but it was so interesting to chat to him.
Yeah.
But was I think he's done loads of conferences before then, and and he was chatting to me about conferences and like confidence and stuff. So it was really good, even though I was like I had loads of books out. He still I still learned something from him.
Everyone's got their own take and their own
Yeah,
experiences. You can always get something from from people. It doesn't matter how far they are
no,
in their career. Like, yeah.
yeah. Everyone's got something. London's good, but you kind of just again you all group up, don't you, in the after party?
Yeah, when I went to London last year, I mean, I got absolutely wankered on before the conference at the Mad Hatter. So I was a bit late to the conference, and I think I managed to get there about 10 after. I mean, it's only the opening ceremony bit anyway. It was about 10 after 10, but it was a 2 day conference, and then I sat in a few. There was a few audio ones I wasn't really interested in. Uh, and then I met a mate that I've known for years and years online, and we sort of just stuck together then. But the thing is, because I was so far out, I was about 10 stops out on the tube. It's a lot of travelling back and forth,
Yeah,
even like just to drop off my bag for the evening. It's like an hour
yeah,
there and back, not including waiting time and stuff. And you're like, I've come here to be here, and
yeah.
I'm back and forth, and that was a bit
I
annoying.
did that the first time. That's one of the things I've written in the book about where you stay. Is like it might be cheaper to stay further out, but because I did the same as you the first time, I was just far out. So when
Yeah,
it finishes at 5, you've got 2 hours until like the after party, and you've got to go back, get something to eat, and then come back, and you're tired as well
yeah.
from the day. It's just like so. Last year when I went, knowing that, I was like, I know it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm gonna stay closer. And we stayed. It was like a 10-minute walk,
Yeah,
but
well,
it
I'm
was
I'm I'm
better.
staying in Victoria now, and I've gone on maps and stuff, and I can walk all the way along the Thames, which would be a nice walk,
Yeah.
and it says on maps that it'll take half an hour, so it'll take 20 minutes.
Have you seen the temperatures for next week?
It's all right, isn't it?
Like 30 degrees on the first day.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit
But you
like
can
last
walk.
year. Yeah, yeah. Well, and it'll be a nice walk along the
Yeah.
Thames, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and Ubers. I nearly ordered the Uber actually from the hotel to the venue I was close to is 19 quid. So
It's all right, I know.
end of the night, wherever I am,
You just
it's
do
not
for
expensive and it's
yeah.
yeah, it's fine. So I'm quite happy with where, and it looks quite nice, even though it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
So which is good. Yeah,
Well, that's the other one as well. If you stay far away just to save money, if you're like us and you're not Londoners, and you've got to navigate London pissed.
yeah. I
So
missed that. Say that again.
I said, if you're like us and you don't live
Right,
London,
stop, because then you shout. I just missed one word. That's how my
what
deafness
did you
works.
get?
I missed one word, and then I'm trying to. My brain goes, "What was that word?" Oh no, I've missed it all now because I'm trying to figure out what that word is.
So
But
I
then
was
when I'm editing it, and you then shout next
randomly
time,
saying it
I
louder.
edited the bit out. So basically, we're speaking, and then you're shouting, so you look weird. So
Yeah, yeah.
let's go again. What did you say,
I
if you
can't
can
remember.
remember?
I can't remember what's up to. Yeah, and that is the other thing about staying far away is like if you like us and you've got far to travel, then you've got to navigate London that you might not know while you're pissed.
Yeah, yeah, that's true as well. At the end of the London one on the was it the Tuesday night
Ugh.
the do. I stayed there quite late, but I was always like looking at a watch. What time does the last tube go and all that, which is a bit shit
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. We were stood outside till like 2 in the morning. I think we were the last one standing, but the people we walked back with, their hotel was around the corner from us, so we just all walked,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I've
shouting weird shit as we walked because we were pissed.
yeah. It doesn't matter. You've got your beer coat on, innit?
Yeah,
Mind you, it was boiling on it anyway. So, yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. And there's on that night there's the pre-conference drinks, and then the conference, and then there's
There's no conference drinks.
a post-conference drinks, 5 to 7.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours.
What's that? That's
Yeah.
as soon as you finish. Come on, have a
I
beer.
reckon we'll all just end up staying there and buying our
Just stop.
drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I'm with Vinci 6:30 till 8.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to do one run and do the other, and then come back.
Yeah.
So I'll be texting you going, "Where is everybody?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's exciting. It's great.
yeah, but
Uh,
I think on that one because you have to travel to the venue for the conference, then you go back to your hotel, is where I preferred Ireland because you're actually in the hotel where the conference is.
yeah.
So you get there on the first day and you don't leave till you go home at all because everyone's in the hotel. So you've not only got the drinks that is just there's just one bar, so nobody can go anywhere else to drink
Yeah.
unless you're paying for an Uber to go into town for some reason. But then you
But
see
why would you?
no, you wouldn't. But then you're seeing each other at lunchtime, you're seeing each other at breakfast time, you're passing each other walking up and down the corridor. So you're always with the authors, even if the conference is finished for the day or
Yeah.
it's not started yet. Whereas London, you've not got that part. So it's like the best bits of London and Vegas come together in one conference.
Yeah. 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 Looking forward to London next week.
Yeah. If you've got people who are first timers who are really shy, they can just come and stand with us and go hello, and we'll speak to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we could stand together, and people might be coming up and going, "Oh my God, it's Rob and Rachel."
No, they'll just go, "Oh my God, it's Rachel," and just Rob.
Oh, is that? Is oh, that's just Rob. That.
I am waiting for someone to buy you a T-shirt that says "Just Rob." That will be when I have achieved something.
Yeah. So, how's your TikTok shop doing?
Yeah,
Eh?
I've been so busy this week with just life stuff. I haven't.
That's why you've got your son to do it. So, how's he
Yeah,
getting
but
on with it?
he's been just as busy as me. It's all been chaos. So we're like, when I come back from the conference, we're just gonna sit down and put heads in it
Yeah.
because it's just too chaotic. I always make sure that if I'm doing anything, it's the writing,
Yeah.
and then anything else can be put aside. So it's like this week's quiet actually, but there's no point in starting anything then just to go away for a week and it all to just be crap again. So I was
Yeah.
like, well, come back from the conference, head full of new knowledge and that talks and all the shit I've learned,
Yeah.
and I've forgot.
Cool. I had to like so I bought a load of books the other week, uh, all 5 books in the series to do like bundles and that, and so I've got a 5 book bundle box, which is a lot of bees, and nothing, no sales, nothing for
Really?
like a week, and then yesterday I just popped one on, and people like messaging me saying where can I get this and stuff, and I'm like all the time straight away I say sign copies TikTok shop now, and or for digital go to Amazon, link in the bio, blah blah blah, and ping, someone's just bought all 5 books in the book
Nice.
box, first one, like yes, and then ping, first 3 books. Now I'm releasing book 6 soon, so I'm going to be having the first 3 and the second 3. But
Yeah.
all these people that are buying the first 3, I'm sure I'll be able to get the details, emails and stuff. Maybe, maybe not. But they'll probably go on to buy the second 3 when I release them in a bundle, which would be great. And then I got ping, and someone had bought Meat Market, so
Nice.
three packages to package yesterday, which is great. And now I need to fucking order more books. Yeah, it's good. Haven't had anything today yet.
No, I've
No.
actually managed to sell 2 paperback copy, not on my TikTok. The one that I've got just on my TikTok shop that I hadn't actually released as an ebook, but it's quietly still on Amazon because I needed to order copies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Not promoted it anywhere, and it's had 2 sales today. And I'm like, where have you seen this?
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird where
Yeah.
these. Where
I've
these
not advertised it. I've not told my readers that it's released. Nobody but me knows it's there.
yeah.
Um, and it's had 2 sales this morning. I'm like, cool. It's
I'm.
Amazon
Al-
sales, so
I'm.
the
I'm
road.
always really interested. Like when I speak to readers. I mean, I know that on TikTok, I know that they've come from TikTok kind of thing. But then I always want to know how far are you? What I want to kind of grill them to their journey to finding my book and stuff.
Yeah.
But I know I shouldn't really, and just go, well, this is part of the game. But I always want to go, right, well, what did you think of every book? Tell me in detail what you thought of them.
Yeah, well, I just suppose some things are interesting because, like, you think how you find your favorite authors. They're usually
Yeah,
kind of random things.
yeah.
No, we're going to be quiet. How many conferences have you been to? Is it just to London? Uh,
Uh, yeah, I've just been first London one, and then next week,
Next
which
week will be three.
uh, and then just that Manchester thing is
Yeah,
the only ones, and then thingy next week, next year, Ireland.
yeah.
Although I believe in the one in the London one, if you go around every single stall and get
Start.
something signed or something, you get put in a hat for a free trip to
I
Vegas
guess. Yeah.
for the Authanasia one. I think that's pretty dangerous if I was to win it because I love poker. So I don't know how much time I'd stay at the actual conference
But
as opposed to downstairs or wherever it is where the casino is.
Vegas, the Vegas one's really good, and I'd really love to go to Author but you keep seeing all these reports of people being turned away, and I don't want to spend that much money. And there's
What
some,
do you mean turned away?
just with America at the moment,
Oh, America, right. I thought
without
you
getting
meant
into
turned
all
away from the conference. Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, without getting into all the political stuff, I was like, I really want to go, but it's a lot of money, and I don't want to risk something, and you get sent home again, and you've spent all that money.
yeah. 'Cause it is, it's get expensive. What is it, about 750 quid for the flights?
It's probably a good £1,000 to £1,500 for you to go, isn't it?
Everything, yeah,
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 with you because you get a discount on the hotel. But yeah, and it's a lot of money to put
yeah.
to lose if you got sent home for whatever reason.
Well, it's not just that, it's ridiculously expensive for everything in Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw a post on Reels or wherever the other day, and it's saying like in one of the casinos, it's like $18 for a beer.
Oh, it was ridiculous. We
You're not
sat
getting around it, are you?
no, we sat one night and we had three bottles of Beck's, so it's a half pint.
Yeah. Well, it's
36,
two swigs, isn't it?
yeah, 36 quid for three bottles.
That's
And I was
mental.
like, That's nuts."
Yeah, I can.
And every meal was like $50, so and then you're there for a week.
Yeah, it starts adding up, doesn't it?
Yeah, luckily they have fridges, so I just had stuff in my room and lived on sandwiches and stuff like that, and then just kind of went out for dinner. Because when
Yeah,
you're going out for three meals, it's crazy money.
yeah.
The only fun thing is at Vegas is because there's 1,500 authors and two elevators, which is fun if you want to nip to your room at lunchtime. It
Why?
takes about 40 minutes to get back to your room, even though
Oh, because everyone's there and just bloody
you
waiting. Yeah.
gotta wait for the lift. Yeah,
No stairs.
you want to run up the stairs when you're on like floor
I don't
29.
want to. I'm just saying if it's going to take that long.
No, there's like 29 floors. I'm not running up them.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
No, it'd take you just as long.
Yeah. After the fourth floor, you're like, oh, and you can't get on the other floors because they're all key thinged.
Yeah.
Oh, duh, yeah.
I probably told you my favorite thing in that on the when I was on the lift was I had my badge and obviously it says Rachel on it and she's like, "Did I tell you this is?" She's like, "There's a Facebook group called The Amazing Rachel," and it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah. And I went, "Oh well, that's." And we all know I'm the amazing Rachel. She gave me the foulest look, went whatever, and walked off the lift.
Yeah. Was she American?
She was American, yeah. I was like, just having a joke. Chill out.
Oh, do you not get irony? Oh, God. Yeah.
What would your tips be for a conference?
Uh, don't panic. Everyone's as scared as you. If it's your first time, it can be a bit. I mean, I'm quite a outgoing guy, but like when I first approached, well, to start off with, it was the first one, and I got there ridiculously early. There was no one there. I didn't know if people were going in that way, like the entrance of the what's it called, the the hall.
South
Queen
Bank
Elizabeth,
Centre.
Queen
Oh,
Victoria, Queen Elizabeth, whatever it called, yeah. So I was there really early. So I started like going around the back trying to figure it out. And I saw Matt Dawson and his entourage going there, and I sort of followed them in, thinking, "Oh, it must be this way." And and I was following down, and they obviously thought I was someone doing, you know, camera guy or whatever. And I ended up on the stage before at 8:30 in the morning. Ended up at the stage, and everyone's going, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." And like Mark Dawson turned to me, and I was like, "I shouldn't be here." So I turned around and got out and just waited, like whatever. Tip though, if you want to get in early, just kind of hang around the back, and when you see people
All the
go in,
James Blatch and you
yeah,
go.
just go in with them, yeah. But I was like, "Oh, what the fuck am I doing here?" But when I got back, there was a few people mingling around. I saw like Joanna Penn walking down, and faces you recognise, and then there's a few hanging around. So that's right, I'll wait here instead of kind of
Yeah.
infiltrating the inner sanctum. Yeah, but it's yeah. My tip would be, don't worry, you will find someone to talk to if it's your first one, and if you're scared, find people find people that you recognise, because there'll always be, if you listen to a podcast like this or whatever, there's always people, and they're just normal people. Just say hiya.
Yeah. And if you're really nervous before, you can actually just put it in the group and someone will agree to meet up with you.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that before. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
can
Because
you
when
meet
I
up in
when
this
I
coffee shop, just me and you? And as soon as you've got that extra person, you're kind of invincible, aren't you? Because
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
yeah,
you've got a face to gravitate towards.
yeah, exactly. Who was your? Oh, you had Tony last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't for Vegas because I wasn't paying for him to have a Vegas ticket
Yeah,
because they were, they were pricey. So he just kind of did Vegas. So I did the actual conference by myself. But when I went in, I saw Adam, so I
oh, Adam's there. Yeah, yeah,
kind of bugged him a lot because I'd met him in Manchester. But other than
yeah.
that, I just chatted to people.
Yeah. Well, that's it as well. If you're chatting to one person, then you
You end
end up
up with a
in a
circle.
conversation with others, and then you know them, then you're best
Yeah,
mates.
yeah,
So you say hi later, and it's just very easy to go and chat to other people. Then,
yeah.
yeah. That said, if you are going, and you see me stood in the corner on my own on my phone, pretending to be on my phone as I'm not talking to anyone, just say hiya and buy me beer. That always goes down well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alcohol, yeah,
I'll call you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to get out of London?
It's just because I was looking at the talks, there's very few that I actually need. I'm looking forward to um is she called Shell Honecker? She's doing a talk on the first day.
Right.
And it's about productivity and AI. So it's
Oh,
right
so
my
you're going to be like that? Actually,
yeah. So it's right on my street. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think there's a TikTok one by something Diamante.
DZ something something. Yeah,
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 and I'm looking forward to this because I know we talked to Adam a lot about TikTok, but it's always
yeah.
good to get someone else's way as
Mm,
well. So I'm looking forward to that. So there's those. Obviously I freelance with Vinci, so I'll be working their table as well. So I'm looking forward to meeting the authors that I help through Vinci.
yeah.
And then I'm just looking forward to hanging out with people that get my weird little world.
Yeah, that's what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? Because in real life, I have it. I'll be writing in my shack, and Shannon will, like, look through the kitchen window and catch my eye. She's like, brew kind of thing. Yeah, yeah. And I'll come in and have a brew with her. She's like, so what you doing? And I'm like, well, and then I'll start going, well, I'm doing this at the moment and this, and I can just see her eyes
Right.
glaze over, and she's like,
Wish I'd never asked.
right, well, I'm gonna put a wash on, you know.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, you don't want to hear it, do you?
yeah.
You'll read the book when I finished it, but you're not interested in all this, yeah.
It's
And
not
it
that they're
is
not.
nice,
Yeah, it's not they're not really interested. It's just don't get the stupid shit we get excited about.
yeah, yeah, exactly. She once said, I'd love to write a book. I'm like, well, do it,
Yeah,
No, I've got too much to do around the house, and it is nice to be in a big room full of people that understand, that make shit up and write it down.
Yeah.
for a living, or not, maybe not just for a hobby, and it's just being part of that weird little sect of people who actually complete books sometimes,
Yeah.
as well as write lots of beginnings to books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in editing mode at the moment. I hate it.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. I think of editing like putting the finishing touches on something you've decorated.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm editing a book that I wrote 20 years ago, to re-release it and stuff. And I'm quite surprised actually because I thought, oh, it's just going to be a load of shit. So I got my editor to go through it again. He did do 10 years ago, but he's doing again. He's found more things. But it's reading all right at the moment. I'm, past Rob, I'm kind of patting him on the shoulder at the moment. I'm taking some bits out where he just waffles on a bit, but other than that, it is going quite well. I've done
Oh,
10
I
chapters.
I found because we're going through some crap yesterday. I found a piece I'd done at school for media studies that was analysing some soap opera, but it was written on a typewriter. I'm like, fucking hell, how outdated is that?
Yeah,
And it's
you
got the
might have to
Tipex
explain
where
what a typewriter is to some listeners.
it's got the Tipex where I've obviously got tapped the key wrong and then retapped the new key over it. Like,
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, fucking typewriter. I've never used one.
yeah,
To actually write. It was handwritten, and then when I was growing up, my dad was into computers, so I managed to get this tiny little laptop, and it was that thick, 4 inches thick. I thought it was the best. I wrote Meat Market on it.
yeah,
I thought it was the best thing ever, and God, and I had to put discs in, hard discs, to save half the story.
yeah,
You know, and these days you
yeah.
don't even have a disc port or
No.
CD port or
You like
anything.
you have to actually buy them, yeah. I mean, my first computer that I actually wrote on was running on Windows 3.1.
Oh God! So it was the blue one.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
box cube thingy from on it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, mine was Windows 95. But yeah, it's how far we've all come, eh?
yeah, yeah,
And now you don't even have to write if you don't want to. You just ask your mate Al.
yeah. Apparently, have you ever tried
You
writing with AI though?
no,
Oh, just give it a go. It's really everybody always lives happily ever after. It's like such a positive thing. And he's like,
yeah,
no, it's a murder mystery. He goes, and he
yeah,
murdered them, and
yeah.
whoa. You're like, no.
But he's happy when doing it, so he
Yeah.
lives happily ever after.
Yeah. And you're like, he didn't live happily ever after. He's been fucking decapitated.
I saw an email from James Blatch. It must have been an SPF one the other week, and he had a screenshot of this new AI. This guy that's just using AI to write his shit.
Over
And
200 odd books in like
yeah,
3 weeks.
yeah, that's mental, that, isn't it?
That's
And
just how many me and you start in 3 weeks.
it's yeah. But he actually finished them. Well done,
Yeah.
whoever he was. But it's just why? I mean, what you're going to gain out of it? You can't market them.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to get eyes on them. You might get a few page reads because I think they're all in Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
But then they're going to die a death, and
Yeah.
you're never going to see them again, and they disappear forever. So what's
Yeah.
even the effort of putting them together? What's the point? It's weird what some people do because they can't be any good.
No, they're very. They tell a story. I mean, I've played. I think we all test it, don't we, to see what it can do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it goes off on one. It doesn't keep the plots, and everyone is always, and it ends every chapter as if it's ending the book.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it,
It's funny.
it contradicts itself. Someone it's killed is suddenly
Pops
back.
up.
Yeah, but then they've changed gender, and they're not the sister, they're the brother now, and you're like, yeah.
Sounds a bit mindfucky, eh? I want to read one now.
You
See
can
what.
just go and ask it to throw you a short story out about some time. To ask it to throw you a time travel short story of
Yeah,
whatever words, and you'll see exactly why you can't write a book.
yeah. I mean, I did use ChatGPT the other week because a client of mine wanted me to write him a short story, but it was going to be autobiographical short story, but he wasn't giving me anything. If it's about you, I'm happy doing it, but you need to give me something. I need just a sentence, and then I've got something to work on. And he eventually gave me something, and I just put that into ChatGPT to see what came up with. 2,000 words, please. This is your prompt. And it came out with this little story, and it was very paint by numbers. You know, you've seen it a million times, sort of story. And I started looking at it, and but then because I was sort of editing the first bit, then my mind kicked into gear, and I ended up writing, you know. So I guess it was a little bit of a prompt, but yeah, I didn't use any of the ChatGPT things,
No.
you know. And it's it is weird. Some of the descriptions they come up with too, we just are this just so very beige and
Yeah.
paint by numbers, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Yeah. You do. They're just easy. It's good. I find it a good writing partner.
yeah.
If I'm stuck and I'll ask it something, and usually it doesn't give me the idea, but it gives me all the ideas I don't want that gets me to the right idea.
Well, that's it. I mean, it did for me. It did kind of like spark my. It got me in the chair to
Yeah.
start off with, and that's a massive bonus to start off with. But it sort of did kind of massage my muse,
Yeah.
and then I was away then, and then I wrote it, and then delete, and then at the end went back and actually deleted the bits that were close to what they were saying and just put it in myself. It's just
Yeah.
kind of that spark to get going yourself, which
Yeah.
it did
I mean,
work.
I mostly use it for transcribing my dictation, but I always have to put in there, do not change my words, because if I don't put that in, it starts using mine as the base to write the chapter. And I'm like, no, I like my words. We're just fixing it.
Yeah, we're doing that the other way around. I'm using you
Yeah.
to, yeah, not the other way around, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Al,
Yeah.
Al is what I call me, but I always have to make sure to put that in there because if I forget, it puts out the most random shit in my story, and I'm like, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the next time we see each other, it will be actually live
In the pub?
in the pub.
Yeah.
Been a year, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be the first time since India Author Roadmap became a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was briefly talked about that night because I
Say that
don't know.
again.
It was briefly talked about that night. I don't know if you remember. Because you were very pissed by then. You were sat outside. You were like, "We should do a podcast."
I can't remember that shit.
Yep. You were sat.
Was I conscious?
Kind of. It was near the end of the night.
No, no, I can't remember any of that nonsense.
It was so funny because like someone would ask you a question and you wouldn't answer that question, but you'd give them this really detailed reply of what they've not asked about.
What? What?
I
Say
don't know,
what?
but it was so funny because obviously I wasn't.
Why? What question was asked?
Oh, I don't know. It was someone did it to you. She was trying to have a conversation with you, and she asked you about three things, and you never answered a question. You
I'm
can't,
staying on Carlin this year.
yeah,
I'm not drinking Peroni. I'm not drinking Madri. I'm not drinking anything strong. Carlin, because I drink so quick,
yeah.
it's
It
like
was one
water.
of those ones where you started to answer the question, but you can see where your brain kicked in, and because you'd been drinking, it went down that road. And she's like, "No, I wanted to go over here."
So I gave an AI answer to that.
Pretty much, I can't remember who she was, but she was kind of just stood there looking at you.
Poor girl. Poor girl getting stuck with this dickhead. Fucking
I
hell.
mean, she was the one that come out and stood to talk to you, so
Oh,
because you're
yeah,
outside on the benches having a cigarette.
yeah. Do you know, I'm not going to get hammered anyway, just because representing, the podcast and
Yeah, but
stuff.
then what we'll have to talk about if you don't get.
Oh no, I'll get a little bit drunk, but I'm not gonna remember that dickhead that fucking yeah. No, I'm not going there this year. I'm sticking because I was on Peroni, and that's what it is. I love Peroni,
And it's
and
downable.
it's downable,
Yeah,
but 4 or 5, and
you'd feel them, yeah.
yeah, but you don't because you're in the atmosphere and you're all happy because you're around the people,
Yeah, but then you
and
walk
before you,
away to go to the bathroom and seeing like, whoa, I'm.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to mum. I was telling mum I was going down. She's like, have a pint of water in between. That never has ever happened ever to anyone. No one's going to go, right, am I on water now or beer? Oh, this is such a great night. Which am I on? That I've never done that, so that's not going to happen. I just drink weak lager.
You see, the closest I get to that is when I reach that point of right, I'm drunk enough, I'll switch to Coca-Cola just so
Yeah,
I've got a drink.
yeah.
Yeah, but I do switch.
No, I can't. I mean, my missus Shan, she drinks like vodka and cokes. She's
Mm.
like, why don't you go on spirits?
That'd be
Because I'll
worse.
drink them. I'll drink the volume of that as quick as I do pints.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's why she'll sit one all night in
Yeah.
dance,
No.
one all night. But I would be like on two double vodka and cokes every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it'd be even worse.
Levered in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick to Carlin or cause. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
this is
that's
part of conference planning is to plan your drinking sensibly because if you're a
yeah.
drinker, you're gonna drink.
But also because like I'm gonna get to London at about 3:30,
Yeah.
and then the thing doesn't start until 7 at the Mad Hatter.
No, it's 5. I'm sure it's 5.
Is it 5?
Pretty sure it's 5.
Right. Yeah, I can lay off it until 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5 o'clock because I know when we were looking at the train times, because obviously I get to my room,
Yeah.
my Airbnb from 3 o'clock, and then it was like I've got 2 hours to get to sorted, unpacked, and then Mad Hatters. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5, but don't quote me
All
on
right.
it.
Okay. But it's what you don't want to be the first there though either, do you?
I don't care. I'm not one of these people that cares about that. Just
You do want to be the first there, don't you?
yeah, I'm the
Drinking
person.
time. You don't
Uh,
want to waste it.
no, because I'm always late. It's the only time I'm on time.
In saying that, like last time before the Mad Hatter, I met up with Henrik and his mate, and I had a beer as you go. You know the skywalk
Yeah.
over to that side. There's a little pop-up beer thing, so I had one there. I said, right, we'll meet here. To Henrik, and I was waiting for him, and then I had that one, and that was gone like that. So I had another, and then we went in this conference centre thing, and we had two, so that's four. And then we had another one on the way to Mad Hatter because I couldn't
I was
find
gonna
it.
say, I thought you were already a bit tipsy when you got to Mad
So
Hatters.
that's five. So that's 5 pints before
Wow.
we even got there. And then I was straight on fucking Peroni then.
No wonder you were passed out somewhere.
But I remember seeing you. I remember seeing you and go, "Oh, there's food, brilliant."
Yeah.
It's not gonna. What happened last time in Manchester is gonna happen. I've got food down me. Yeah, well, whatever, Rob. Come on. You've just got this newfound confidence thinking because you've eaten, you can fucking drink whatever you want. No. So yeah, gonna behave myself. Ish,
Yeah.
ish. Yeah.
Shall I just pour water into your lager? It's Carlin, so you won't notice.
No, it'll be fine. Carl, I mean, at home, I can drink Carl, literally drink Carl all night. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I just have to remember, don't think about sambucas, Rob. Don't get all cocky at 11 o'clock because you're feeling all overwhelmed and happy because you're with other fucking writers and then start buying rolls of black sambuca and because you're wearing a white shirt, you spill it all over you and you look like a cock and then you're going to be, again, outside and Carl Claire has to put you in an Uber which then delivers you to the wrong hotel. You sleep in there for you, and then you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning in the middle of London in the wrong hotel with someone really pissed off with you because you shouldn't be there, and you're dribbling and you've shat yourself. So yeah, I'm staying on Carlin. Yeah,
Yeah. It was you and Adam who did the Jaeger bombs in Manchester.
I don't even like Jaeger bombs. I don't even know why. Yeah, I
No,
like.
because I just remember walking through my hotel door, and Tony was there, and I'm like, I'm really pissed, but I don't know why I've only had 4 drinks. And then the next day I'm like, I don't know why I was that drunk. And then there's a picture goes up of all these Jaeger bombs on the bar. I'm like, that's what the problem.
Oh yeah, no, we went into a place and Adam bought everyone. It was before people started going off.
Yeah,
So
we were
then,
like downstairs as well, weren't we?
yeah,
Well,
and he bought a massive round, didn't he?
yeah,
Courtesy of Forest of Vanity and Valour, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. So we've done 55 minutes.
Nice. I hope we're
Nice.
giving some value about conferences.
Yeah, conferences and drinking.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Stop.
Don't,
Don't be shy and choose your drinks wisely.
yeah, don't be scared to approach anyone
Yeah,
and just say hiya. That's the reason everyone's there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And the opening line for anyone, if you want to speak to someone, is what genre do you write?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's you
That
just
gets
try and
them off talking about their book.
yeah. And then if you know, after they've got off their fucking high horse, after they've taught you through all three of their series and the intricate relationship between this character and that character, just keep smiling and nodding. You don't care, but they don't need to know that. They might, after that, after all that, they might ask you about your book
Yeah.
and you
But
can talk back.
usually by then you've got about another four people have come round you, so you're now in a circle. So you
So then you can turn to someone else when other people are looking glassy eyed at the
yeah.
person that's boring everyone. You can turn to someone else and say something else.
Yeah.
And yeah, then you have friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See you in London next week, Rachel.
You will. Yeah.
It won't be next week. See you in London now.
See you in London yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Cheerio.
Yeah. Bye bye.